Yeah, go ahead.
All right, folks. So thank you very much, firstly, for participating in the October season 3. And look, I think 2021 has mainly been a period of experimentation for 9Tennis, but 2022 is going to be a period of certainty, right? And what we mean by that is that we will define the calendar right now, as you can see on the screen, and we want to keep only 5 seasons, and I'll just run through it in terms of how it will work across the year. And S is for singles and D is for doubles. So we'll try to hold singles and doubles in every 2 months period, provided the restrictions are relaxed. But essentially, what we're trying to do is we're trying to keep the seasons aligned to the Grand Slam season, right? So if you look at first we start with AO. The Grand Slam season starts with AO, so we are planning to have a hardcourt season in the month of January and February, followed by a clay court season in March and April, which is aligned with your French Open. And then we go to your grass court, which is aligned with the Wimbledon, and that's the W over there. And the fourth season is hardcourt season again, which is aligned with your US Open. And last is again hardcourt, which is aligned with your ATP finals, right? So if you look at this format, or this season structuring, we are right now on your the finals part, right? In our next season that we're going to bring up. And if we all follow the tennis calendar, ATP finals is generally only for the top eight players by invite only, right? Who have performed well in the entire season. So right now, our first edition for the last edition, final editions for this year, will have two parts. One is by invite only for the top 16, which Vivek will explain. And there will be another edition because we don't want our other players to sit back and relax. So there will be an edition called Next 16, which I will explain later. Right. So with that, I think I'll just hand it over to Vivek to share some light on the top 16. Vivek.
Okay. So guys, as Kamlesh said, right? I mean, this is really going to be a marquee event for the year-end editions, right? So this is 2021. I think what Kamlesh explained on the previous slide, we'll have a similar one in 2022, but we might confine that to a restricted list of exclusive 8 people, right? And probably do it with some rankings and seedings, which will probably flow through the year. So we'll come up with something around that as well. So for this year in addition, we are just basing it on season 3, right, which is the current season, which is ongoing, right? So coming to the next year, I think we have top 16, and as you can see, it will be a combinational format, right? So we'll have a round robin and then a knockout. Now, the round robin concept here is that we will have four players grouped into 4 groups. And what we will do is we will essentially have each of the semifinalists getting placed in the 4 groups. The remaining 12 will get just randomly placed in the 4 different groups. Okay, so there will be no ranking from 5th to 16. It is just essentially the top 4 getting placed singularly in each group. Right. Now we'll have the round robin played there within the group of 4, so which means each player will play at least a minimum of 3 matches. And once that is done, then we will get top 2 from each group. Again, since there is no seeding, what we will do is we will take the results which come out in the round robin, right, with respect to points won and net games. And when I say net games, then it's basically games won versus games lost, right? So we'll just do scoring across the 8 and basis points won, and in case there's a tie, net games come into equation, right? And basis that we'll get 1 to 8, and then we'll do the quarterfinal lineup for that, and then we'll move forward with finals and semifinals and finals, right? Now for that, what we'll do is we'll invite the top 16, so they will have the right of first refusal on top 16 there, right? The registration fee here will be $50, right? So they will all have to pay $50 each, and what they get is a bundled T-shirt, which Puneet and Kamlesh have indicated here. The other distinction here in this edition is that the trophies which the winners and runners-up will get will be for them to keep, right? So So if you look at what we have in the seasons, we have had a rolling season, and which means as we had a rolling trophy. Now, for this particular year in addition, we'll ensure that the trophies are there for them to keep. Right. So, and again, what we get out of this particular edition with top 16, we'll use that for ranking in the other marquee, Grand Slam like format, which Kamlesh was talking about. So, any queries here?
I think let's keep the queries for the
Or
end.
Kamlesh, you want to probably want to explain next 16 and then come back. Yeah, go ahead.
I think this is what Vivek was talking about. There'll be 4 sizes, 5 sizes of t-shirts, and the top 16 players are actually Mayank, Manu, Anurag, Romil, Sailesh, Adrian, Vamshi, Gagan, Deepak, Rishi, Vivek, Joe, Anil, Chetan, Anuj, and Ranga. Right now, look, there might be some dropouts, right? And then we will kind of slot in folks from our previous editions, right? Based on the ranking that we have. So that's how the top 16 will be structured. Yeah. Moving on to the other edition that we mentioned. This is called as the next 16, right? It is open for all, which means as many registrations we get, we are open to accommodate. Again, here similar format will be done, round robin among groups of 4 players, but these 4 players will be randomly clubbed, right? It will not be based on any seeding because we don't know how these players are, right? And again, each player will get minimum of 3 matches, and out of that, the top 16 players will do a knockout. Will play a knockout series, right? And here the registration fee is $30 because look, there'll be new folks who have not been on the program, so we don't want to kind of we want to keep it easy and and give them an option to buy the t-shirt. But eventually, if you look at it, it is the same pricing, right? 30 plus 20. And what we're going to do is we're going to give top 16 medals, and it'll be called maybe next 16, but it'll be more like medals, not trophies. But what we're trying to do here is that we will actually give them seeding from 17 to 32, right? And the hope here is that we actually reach the number of 128, so that properly aligns with 4 seeds for every 16 players, right? Just to highlight, the tournament duration will be from 10th November to 19th December. This is to actually take care of any booster shots or any festivities and and school holidays and and other things. And registrations for both these events will close by 31st October, right? The top 16 will get the registration will open on 20th of October and they'll close on 31st of October. The top 16 will get an exclusive invite on the previous link, and this link will be open to all, right? So in summary, I think this was already shared, and more details will be shared on 20th October with all the players, right? So I'm just going to stop the recording, and then we can start our discussion here.
Yeah. So